everybody. I decided to go up Highway 38 today instead of go back up the way that we came down. So you guys are going to get to see the main routes driving up and down to Big Bear Lake and Big Bear Valley. These are the three main routes. Yesterday was Highway 18 on the backside. Today was Highway 18 and 330 on the front. And now we're taking Highway 38. This is my favorite drive, and this is the one that I suggest for the people driving up the front. This is the safest route on the front side because it still maintains a high speed limit, but you don't have as many cliffs to fall off, if that makes any sense. But still, the very safest way is going around the mountain range to Highway 18 on the back, but that's just not, I don't know, it's just not going to be a reality for most people because it's a long drive to get to the other side. But for the people who are really scared, it's worth it. And we are entering, look here, here's the sign, San Bernardino National Forest. Highway 38, guys. And Highway 38 is Lagonia in Redlands. So when you're driving through Redlands and Mentone, if you're on Lagonia, that's Highway 38. It'll turn into Highway 38 here. Been on this road in a long time, you guys, so I hope you enjoy it. And as I said, we're not going to have any more videos for probably at least a week. It looks like we have some snow coming in next week, but it's not much at all. It's just going to be a teaser again. But I'm grateful for anything. Making our climb, folks. We are making our climb. So this part of the mountain range is over near Yucaipa. So the closest town to this road here is Yucaipa and Mentone. However, this road gets us up to the highest elevation of all the roads in the San Bernardino National Forest. We get up to 8,443 feet at Onyx Summit. I'm excited for this. I haven't been on this in a long time. This takes you into the backside of Big Bear. So you enter over by Irwin Lake and Lake Williams and whatnot. And then you hit Big Bear City first, and then you hit Big Bear Lake. So Big Bear Lake is the furthest point on this road if you're trying to get to Big Bear Lake. And this part gets some serious fires too. But look at how beautiful this is. Look at that peak right there. There's a town up here. Oh my gosh, what is it called? Something Village. Why am I spacing the name of it? It feels like you're in the Alps when you're in this town because of these really steep mountains right here. They're on both sides of you when you're in that little valley. I don't know why I'm forgetting the name of the town up there. That's pretty sad. But this town that we're going to be coming up to up here in about, I don't know, 10 miles or maybe a little bit less. We don't drive through the town. We don't enter. We kind of loop back around and start our main climb once we get near that town. But why am I forgetting what it's called? This is just, I mean, look at those mountains straight ahead with the snow covered on them. It just looks amazing. It just doesn't feel like the same mountain range. over there. Forest Falls, that's the name of the town, Forest Falls. It's incredible, you guys. Unfortunately, it's not near any of the ski resorts, nothing. But it's in a valley with those sheer cliffs, which go up thousands and thousands of feet. And it's just remarkable. It's so beautiful. It really feels like a completely different mountain range in a different country. I wish we had time to cruise through. I just took my car into Subaru to have something under the warranty looked at. And it was actually really quick. I was surprised. Usually they take forever there at Subaru of San Bernardino. Gosh, what a gorgeous day, guys. Not a cloud anywhere to be seen. You can see where all this was burned not too long ago. On the right-hand side and the left-hand side. Wow. Gosh, I haven't been down here in a long time. This was all on fire, I think maybe 2 seasons ago. And to the right, there's a big wash right here. So when we get our major thunderstorms over here, this whole area to the right, where you see all the rocks, I don't know, maybe 100 yards past all this burnt stuff, that becomes a raging river. And sadly, there have been a few deaths back in there because people go out there and then they get caught in the flash floods. Man, look at how much all this stuff burned. I'm telling you, those mountains right there, man, they are so pretty. That feels like a real mountain range right there. Just really rugged, jagged peaks. Wow, we got up to Forest Falls, or to where we would be turning to go to Forest Falls pretty quickly. So if you turn right here, you'd be going to Forest Falls, which is that town I was talking about that's in this valley with these steep mountains right there. It's unbelievable. And I think that's where you go to hike up San Gorgonio, which once again is the highest peak in Southern California at 11,499 feet. And this is the big climb right here. This takes you up to Angeles Oaks. And from that point, it's a very small incline the rest of the way, nothing too noticeable. But then once you get past Angeles Oaks and through all of those other areas, then you start another pretty steep climb, ascent. Stuff right here, man. Amazing. You guys, this place can go up rapidly. Oh, look, there's a plane up there. I don't know if you can see the plane. Right now it's 64 degrees. Here's a nice view of down the mountain. I don't know if you can really see it. Probably couldn't see any of that, unfortunately. I'm sorry about that, but we might have another chance to see that. There aren't really many incredibly awesome views on this road in terms of looking down the mountain. That's about it right there. We drive deep into the mountain range. This part of the mountain range is quite a bit wider than the other part where we came down. So once again, it feels like more of a mountain range. But this drive is not, I mean, it's just unnecessarily long, because if they just made a road that goes straight into Big Bear from here, it wouldn't take you nearly as long. Because we have to drive all the way around Big Bear to get up to Big Bear. Oh, looks like they're doing road work on this road. That's okay. See, guys, I'm not getting upset. Be prepared to stop. Now I'm upset. They're just doing stuff to protect us, which is nice. It looks like there's a bunch of rock slides up there. Amen. All right, I'm gonna turn it off for a minute, guys. Okay, here we go. We're off to see the wizard. The wonderful Wizard of Oz. And guys, look, I'm driving on the wrong side of the road. I'm not being a jerk. We're forced to right now. Seriously, as frustrated as I get that they do all this work during the daytime, these guys keep us safe and keep our lives going. Because they catch a lot of these rock slides before they happen. And there's so much steel netting up here that helps us stay safe. I feel like we're in England right now. Big boulders right there, man. Seriously, they do us such a great service though. When I first moved up here, you guys, I would drive down the mountain every single day just to drive up and down the mountain, because it made me feel so good. It was just pure happiness for me. Especially at nighttime, it was just so awesome. But then when I started my business, it became impossible to leave. And by the end of the days, I was so tired. I just couldn't drive anymore. But I'm telling you guys, I've driven these roads for my first 2 years up here, probably equivalent of every other day coming up and down the mountain. And most of the times I was driving down one side of the mountain range and back up the other side. Even more gnarly than coming down what I just did today, Highway 330 and Highway 18 to this Highway 38 going up. So it's, I'm telling you, man, it's a very peaceful journey. And driving through beautiful Mother Nature like this is just awesome. The next town we're coming into is Angeles Oaks. Be prepared to stop again. Sweet. Gotta love that. 5,800 feet elevation here in Angeles Oaks, and we are stopped again. All right, I'm gonna shut it off for a little bit, folks. All right, we're starting to go now. And my phone is overheating already. I can't believe it. I cannot believe it, man. I just cannot believe it. testing now. Hopefully it'll keep us from overheating on the phone. So we are technically in Angeles Oaks, but we'll be coming up to the main part of the town really quick here. And usually once you get up to Angeles Oaks is when you start seeing snow over here, but we're not seeing anything yet. So probably just past Angeles Oaks we'll start seeing some snow. As I said, it's a really long drive. If they had a road that would cut straight across this whole area over here and just go across the valley, you could get into Big Bear right away, but we have to drive all the way around. And here we are in the main part of Angeles Oaks. Speed limit's 35 through here, guys. It's imperative that you drive 35 through here, at least when there's no traffic. They give out tickets here like crazy. This is a really quiet part of the mountain range. For those of you who really want to be far away from everything, this is a great spot. I've eaten food here before. It's really good. Really good. And look, as we were talking about how quiet it is up here, there's these signs right here on the right-hand side that you'll see in a moment that say secluded cabins. So for those of you who just want to be up, and there's a little bit of snow right here, right as we pass. As you can see, there's a little bit of snow on the side of the road. And this is typically the checkpoint when we have snowstorms on this side of the mountain where they stop you. There's CHP always right here and Caltrans, and they're making sure you have your tire chains with you. So it kind of sucks because you'll drive all this way up the mountain and then they'll turn you around if you don't have your chains with you. And over there, those mountains, that's where Big Bear is, on the other side of those mountains. Let's see here, once we get a good view. Well, there's a bunch of trees blocking the view, but I'll show you in a second. Big Bear's just on the other side of these mountains, just across this valley, but we have to drive all the way around. Those mountains, that's where Big Bear is. Just on the other side of those mountains. Gosh, it's so pretty in here, man. Straight ahead, if we had a road that went straight ahead and went over that mountain right there, we'd be at the top of Snow Summit and stuff like that. But we got another 45 minutes at least to go, depending on traffic. But once again, you guys, it's such a gorgeous drive. It's worth it, big time. Some snow right there. So we're getting into the snowy areas, even though it's hardly any snow right now, but as you can see, we're starting to touch on a little bit of snow. This road's in terrific shape right now too. So we do have some good news. One of you guys on this channel, a friend on this channel named Morning Wood, I love his username. He gave us some very detailed information about how it looks like quite a pattern shift for February and March. And I know that's a long way to look ahead, but yeah, it looked very promising for February and March, you guys. So hopefully we get a bunch of weather that time of year in these next couple months. They are technically the wettest months of the year in Big Bear, so hopefully it pans out. As I've told you guys before, since I've lived here for almost 8 years, the wettest month has been January. Every time we've gotten our biggest storms is January, and actually there was one Thanksgiving storm in November that dumped a ton of snow. But yeah, Big Bear's on the other side of those mountains right there. But we have to drive all the way around and up over the top of those mountains. As a kid in 6th grade, and I think most 6th grade schools in Southern California do this, there's like a 1 week for an astronomy camp or something like that up here, up off of Highway 38 up here. And I'll tell you, that week was so much fun. It was the first time I was away from my mom for that long, so it was a bit scary, but it was so much fun. Can't remember what it was called, but I do know that most of the schools in Southern California do come up here for something like that. And the temperature plummeted. It's already 52 degrees. Camp Cedar Falls. Also got to be very careful of the rock slides here too, you guys. That's kind of a give and take with coming up to these mountains. You take away the beauty, but you got to give some risk when it comes to driving up. Knock on wood, I'm very fortunate. I've never... Well, actually, one time I did hit a big rock in the middle of Highway 38, which ripped right through my transmission pan when I was driving my Saturn. That was horrible. I didn't have any AAA at the time, and a friend of mine was nice enough to let me use his, and I had to get towed all the way back to Big Bear, because as soon as it ripped open my transmission fluid pan, I would hit the gas and nothing happened. So I was stuck. It was brutal. Coming up to where that officer, that rogue LAPD officer, Christopher Dornan, had his final hurrah. smells so good up here, you guys. My goodness. It smells like pine and mountain. Clear off the windshield a little bit here. A little bit here. A little bit there. A little bit everywhere. And you'll notice there aren't any passing lanes for the longest time up here. It's not like we're going to be passing anybody. But for you guys wondering, yeah, there are not any passing lanes until you get halfway up here. And then there will be 3 passing lanes, or 3 chances to pass before you get up to Onyx Summit. Actually, Onyx Summit is the 3rd passing area. And then you don't have anything else until you get into the Big Bear City area. This mountain road makes you feel like you're in a real mountain range because it's such a long drive. Here a little bit, there's a bunch of camping areas as well. Will J. Reed Scout Reservation. That's what that bridge says right there. So this is a Boy Scout area right here. Seven Oaks. So this is where Christopher Dornan, if you make a left here, went into a house and caught the house on fire and ended up dying. Over there. That was crazy. I didn't live up here yet. I was 2 years away from living up here. At the time, I was actually staying at a brother of mine's house in Redlands. So I could see the fire, all the smoke from down the mountain. It was nuts. It was nuts. I think that was in 2013. This time of year, I'm not used to seeing the side of these roads completely brown. Usually it's completely inundated with snow over here. But yeah, to the left and to the right up here, there's a ton of campgrounds. And it's a big flat area. It's really nice. National Forest campground right here. And there's an amphitheater up here too, you guys, on the left-hand side. Here's Camp Morningstar to the right. I mean, look at this, it's so much flat ground over here. It's really nice. amphitheater, Grayback Amphitheater, San Bernardino National Forest. So this is the last of the switchbacks before we get to the first passing lane. I think there's maybe 4 S-turns here, something like that. But yeah, over these mountains right there, that's where Big Bear and all those other areas are on that side. We get to drive all the way around. One time I took one of these roads, one of the back roads down that area, and it was pretty scary, pretty hectic. Look, there's just no snow up there. That's incredible. The sun beats down on that side of the mountain though, so that's why a lot of the snow's gone. But and it's way up higher. What a gorgeous day, guys. We haven't seen one cloud on the front driving down Highway 330 or on this side of the front driving up 338. South Fork Campground, San Bernardino National Forest. So many campsites, guys. So this is the beginning of the last stretch up the mountain to get up to Onyx Summit and start heading back down into the Big Bear Valley. First passing lane will come up here, not too far up. These passing lanes, you guys, are so quick. I mean, you have to have a car with any power to be able to pass, because they don't give you much time. It's the second one that is really, I think, just the worst. It's like 100 yards of a second lane, and that's it. It's probably a little more than that, but so if you get traffic that, once again, does not care about other people behind them in any way, which, dude, I'm not complaining about it. Look, a lot of these people are probably terrified driving, so they probably aren't really focusing much on the signs. They're probably focusing on the road, which is good. But if there's pull-out spots everywhere on this road, yeah. We're not going to be doing any passing. But this is a long road to have people not thinking about the other drivers behind them. We're going at a pretty good pace right now. The speed limit's 55. We're going about 55 right now. And we're coming up to the first of 3 passing lanes in just a moment here. Right here is where there's a police academy type thing off of this road right here. Whenever they have their major training and stuff like that, there are signs all over here for the police academy. Here's the first passing lane. too bad. It gives you a little bit of room to pass, but not much. As long as we pass this this big truck here, we'll be good. Cool. Now it ends. Wait till you see how little the second passing lane is. It's crazy. It's like there's no point. So now we're going about 65. We're just going to keep pace with this guy in front of us. We're at 7,000 feet elevation now, exactly. You guys can see how this is a long straight road for the most part, not really many sharp turns at all, and you don't have many cliffs that'll fall off to your death. So this is the route that I always suggest my mom to drive up whenever she drives up, whenever I don't go down to pick her up. I prefer to go down and pick her up because I don't like her driving in this, because I don't like people tailgating her and making her nervous and stuff like that. We're climbing very rapidly, you guys. It might not seem like it because we're going 65 miles an hour, but we are climbing quickly. And look, on both sides, if you happen to accidentally get into an accident, you don't have much to worry about on most of this road. Obviously the cold temperatures, and it's 58 degrees over here, you guys. 58 degrees, that's amazing. For late January, that's amazing at this elevation. Here's the second passing lane. Look at how small this is. And it's done. It's almost like it's a waste because we're on such a steep grade. It takes a lot of power in your vehicle to be able to pass anybody right there. This is one of my most favorite parts of the mountain range, this stretch of highway right here. Because we're at such a high elevation, it's just so beautiful over here. I don't know why I love it so much right here, but it's just so nice right here. Coming up to the 8,000 foot sign, and then the next sign we'll see will be Onyx Summit, 8,443 feet. feet. Here's that sign right there on the right. So we're way above Big Bear right now, you guys. We're just about as high up as you would be at the top of our ski resorts. And we keep on climbing. I have a friend who lives here on Rainbow Lane. He's a gypsy. guys can see that you can get up here at a good rate of speed. It's about 6 or 7 miles longer to get up to just to Big Bear Valley, taking this route. But for those of you who are afraid and don't want to drive all the way around the mountain range to get to Highway 18 on the back, this is your best bet. Highway 38, you guys. Passing lane, guys. And if you can focus on this green sign on the left-hand side, this is the summit, 8,443 feet, Onyx Summit. Now we head down into Bear Valley, folks. Woohoo! And you can see the speed limit doesn't change on this road. You're staying at 55 the whole time, so it's really nice. There is the desert, Highway 18 on the backside down there. So beautiful, you guys. Coming into a lot more snow on this side of the mountains. Elevation again. Look at the desert out there, guys. Unbelievable. Look at how far you can see. You can probably see over 100 miles today. Amazing. Just amazing. I wish you guys could come up here, every single one of you, just to enjoy this. I know you watch it through my videos, but still, it's much better in person. And the roads are beautiful, guys. No issues at all. You'll have no issues at all. That's the desert way down there. We're still going 60 miles an hour, you guys, so we're making good time. sort of a camp. I can't remember what kind of a camp, but you never know up here, you guys. It might be some like Hale Bach type of a cult. You never know. The next elevation sign we'll see will be 7,000 feet. And that's when we get to the bottom of this this area, when we enter the Bear Valley. Our next right-hand turn, if we turn right, is a town called Lake Williams. I know one person who lives out here. Lake Williams Road. It's pretty far away from anything, but you turn right here. And of course, there's no lake out there. Just like Irwin Lake, there's no lake. Baldwin Lake has a lake maybe 1 month out of the year. Usually this is a good place to go sledding if you guys don't want to pay. On this side of the mountain over here, just find a place to park on the side of the roads up here and go have some fun. Okay, we are entering Bear Valley right now, you guys. And once we straighten out here is where the 7,000 foot marker is. And the sign that tells you that you're in Big Bear City. I thought the welcome to Big Bear City sign was right there, but I could be wrong. Obviously, I was wrong. Turn right here, you would go to Irwin Lake. It's coming up here in a moment. This is called State Lane. You would turn right here. Sorry about that. The phone overheated, so it shut down. So we're just going to drive basically back into town, just so you guys can get a sense of how long it takes. We're going to take a shortcut though. We're going to go up through Sugarloaf a little bit. It's not much of a shortcut, but it is a little bit. Everywhere I go, it says road work. Oh yeah, it's your Alright, so I had to take a phone call. So right where we made the right turn right there, it doesn't look like I made a right turn on the video. Probably looks like I went straight, but I made a right turn. We are on Maple. And as I said, once we get back into town, we'll shut off the video, but I just want you guys to see how long it takes to get into town. This is a shortcut. Not necessarily much of a shortcut, and there's the high school. home of the Bears. Very creative name. I mean, go figure. Big Bear Bears. As I said, it's not much of a shortcut. It's just a different view, and we get to look at the other side of the valley driving down Maple, which is what we were just on. I really admire and love the beauty up here, you guys. It means a lot to me. This place and you guys have saved me. Okay, so the speed limit right here is 40, but then right through this little tiny area, it goes down to 30. A lot of people do not notice that just for a split second, it goes down to 30 and then back up to 35. Just be very careful driving through here, you guys. As I've told you guys numerous times, this town makes a lot of money off of ticketing people, and sadly, off of DUIs. I wish people wouldn't drink and drive up here, or anywhere for that matter. You guys are way too valuable to have anything happen to you like that. But I'll tell you what, this town makes a fortune off of stuff like that. It's sad. I haven't had a drink since I've lived in Big Bear, and alcohol is my thing, or was my thing. Big Bear Smoke and Vape, guys, this is my friend's shop again. I'm telling you guys, if you guys tell him that I referred you, he'll probably take care of you. If not, he'll charge you double. if you mention me, he'll charge you double. He's a really good guy. I tell you guys this all the time. He doesn't give me anything or any money or anything like that to talk about his business. I do it, and I've offered him to do that because he's such a good guy. When you move into a new town, it's very important for people to treat you right. And he really made me feel comfortable up here when I first moved up here, and it's meant a lot to me, and so I will always go out of my way for him, for sure. His name is Sahil, S-A-H-I-L. I think some people call him Sam, but they've been up here for a long time. And he has a second store, you guys, in Big Bear Lake. It's their new store. That new store could probably use a little more business because it's still kind of, well, it's still really new. That store right there that we just passed gets a lot of business, but he deserves it. He doesn't overcharge people. He doesn't price gouge people. The guy's got amazing prices on everything they have. And as I always tell you guys, it's not just a vape and a smoke shop. They have other little trinkets there and stuff too. And he's just a wonderful guy. His daughter is just the most adorable little kid ever. Amina, she is so cute. But yeah, just wonderful, nice people, very kind, very big-hearted, and I will always go out of my way for people like that. Always, always, always. This Broadway Cafe, you guys, is known as one of the best burgers in town. But my favorite restaurant, especially because I like sweets, is Cafe Crepe. And it's another place where the owners are super cool. Super, super cool. And they make the best crepes, you guys. Oh my gosh. It's her family's recipe from France. She moved here from France maybe, I don't know, 10 years ago or something. Fall of Big Bear, where those houses are located. Alright guys, we're about to enter Big Bear Lake, the city, not the lake itself. That would not be a wise decision on my part to drive into the lake like that. So we'll just go into the city of Big Bear Lake. I'll shut it off right here. And once we get through here, I'll turn off the video. Okie dokie. So once we get through this little part, once the road starts curving to the left, that's when you get the unbelievably beautiful view of Snow Summit. I can't wait. I love this view. It makes you feel like, ah. Here we go. Oh man, that is so awesome. That is so beautiful. And then Bear Mountain is straight ahead, a little bit to the left of 12 o'clock. Oh my goodness, look at that. Look at how beautiful Snow Summit is. All right, I think we're gonna shut it off now. This is where the grocery stores are. Here's Vaughn's, here's Stater Brothers. You guys take care. Thank you guys for cruising with me again. As I said, we're not gonna have any more videos for a while until we get more weather. I have no reason to go down the mountain, so I appreciate it. Thanks guys. Take care, y'all.